The Day the Earth Caught Fire. In an era overshadowed by the space race and Cold War anxiety, The Day the Earth Caught Fire delivered a chillingly grounded vision of global catastrophe. Directed by Val Guest and produced by British Lion Films, the plot centers on Peter Stenning, played by Edward Judd, a disillusioned London journalist battling personal demons alcoholism, loneliness, who stumbles onto a shocking discovery. The US and Soviet Union, locked in nuclear one-upmanship, have conducted simultaneous atomic tests so powerful they alter Earth's rotation. The planet is tilting off its axis, triggering worldwide environmental chaos. Heat waves scorch cities, oceans recede, and storms batter the globe. As London swelters under unrelenting sun, Stenning, alongside fellow reporter Bill McGuire, Leo McKern, and scientist Jeannie Craig, Janet Monroe, races to uncover the truth and confront a world spiraling toward disaster. Despite budget limitations, the film builds tension through sharp dialogue, complex characters, and a mounting sense of doom. It also reflects the era's anxieties, fears of nuclear war, environmental collapse, and humanity's fragile place in the cosmos. Perhaps its boldest stroke lies in its ending. Unlike today's formulaic finales, The Day the Earth Caught Fire concludes with profound ambiguity. As church bells ring and newspaper presses roar, over 60 years later, as climate crises and geopolitical tensions echo louder than ever, The Day the Earth Caught Fire remains eerily prescient, a low-budget marvel whose impact burns brighter than many modern blockbusters. Seconds. Some science fiction warns us about space or alien threats. Others hold up a mirror to the human soul. Few films do the latter with more haunting precision than Seconds, a psychological sci-fi masterpiece directed by John Frankenheimer. It follows Arthur Hamilton, an aging, dissatisfied banker trapped in suburban monotony, played initially by John Randolph. Haunted by regrets and longing for purpose, Arthur is approached by a shadowy organization called The Company, offering him a second chance at life literally. For a price, the company stages Arthur's death, surgically alters his appearance, and grants him a new identity as Tony Wilson, portrayed by Rock Hudson in one of his most daring against-type performances. As Tony, he emerges with a youthful face. Frankenheimer's direction plunges viewers into disorientation with eerie cinematography by James Wong Howe, known for his innovative use of distorted lenses, unsettling close-ups, and oppressive black-and-white shadows. The film's surreal style mirrors Tony's unraveling psyche as he realizes his new life is a hollow illusion. It questions the cost of erasing one's past and whether true identity can ever be manufactured. Seconds was misunderstood by critics and largely overlooked by audiences. Its bleak tone and experimental style, praised by directors like David Fincher and Jonathan Demme for its bold storytelling and psychological depth. Rock Hudson's performance remains a revelation. His portrayal of Tony's quiet desperation and crumbling facade offers a glimpse behind the matinee idol's famously composed exterior. The film's final act, a harrowing spiral of paranoia and betrayal, culminates in one of the most haunting endings in sci-fi cinema. Journey to the Far Side of the Sun. As the 1960s drew to a close, filmmakers continued pushing the boundaries of science fiction, often without the fanfare or enduring fame of modern blockbusters. Journey to the Far Side of the Sun, released in 1969, stands as a bold, underrated entry in this legacy of film that explores cosmic mystery with unsettling precision. Directed by Robert Parrish and produced by Jerry and Sylvia Anderson, creators of Thunderbirds, the film follows astronaut Colonel Glenn Ross, Roy Thins, and scientist John Kane, Ian Hendry, as they embark on a mission to investigate mysterious planetary signals detected by the European Space Exploration Council, a multinational, near-future space agency born from Cold War cooperation. Their voyage uncovers a shocking revelation: a mirror image Earth, identical in geography, but inverted in subtle ways. The film toys with concepts of duality, symmetry, and distorted perception. The spacecraft, lunar bases, and futuristic technology reflect 1960s optimism, with sleek, retro-futuristic aesthetics reminiscent of 2001, A Space Odyssey. But beneath the visual spectacle lies a disquieting narrative. The mission's aftermath is riddled with paranoia, government secrecy, and an eerie sense of isolation. When Ross awakens on the duplicate Earth, familiar faces and landmarks conceal deeper layers of deception, highlighting the fragility of human understanding when confronted with the unknown. The Damned. Not all forgotten sci-fi from the 1960s came wrapped in sleek spaceships or alien invasions. The Damned, directed by Joseph Losey and based on H.L. Lawrence's novel, The Children of Light, The Damned opens like a conventional thriller but quickly unravels into something far more disturbing. The film follows American tourist Simon Wells, MacDonald Carey, as he stumbles into the coastal British town of Weymouth, where he meets Joan, Shirley Ann Field, a young woman trapped in an abusive relationship with her possessive brother King, Oliver Reed. Initially, the plot centers on gang violence and tense personal dynamics, but beneath the surface lurks a harrowing secret. The Damned slowly peels back layers of deception, revealing humanity's willingness to sacrifice innocence in the name of security. The children, unaware of their fate, symbolize both hope and tragedy, generation bred not to thrive, but to inherit a scorched earth. Losey's direction imbues the film with a claustrophobic, eerie tone, enhanced by crisp black-and-white cinematography and an ominous score by James Bernard. The seaside cliffs and military compounds reflect the bleakness of an age defined by nuclear dread and political secrecy. Although released by Hammer Films, famous for gothic horror, The Damned diverged from the studio's typical fare. Its fusion of sci-fi, social critique, and unsettling realism initially confused audiences and led to limited distribution. Over time, however, The Damned gained recognition for its haunting relevance, echoing real-world fears of nuclear escalation, unethical science, and the dehumanization of future generations. The 10th Victim. Long before The Hunger Games or Battle Royale popularized deadly televised competitions, The 10th Victim imagined a future where entertainment and violence collide. Society's obsession with spectacle masks its moral decay. Released in 1965, this Italian-French co-production, directed by Elio Petri, adapted Robert Sheckley's short story to curb overpopulation and satisfy violent impulses. The government sponsors The Big Hunt, a global game where participants alternate as hunters and victims. Survive 10 rounds, and you gain fame, fortune, and freedom. Enter Caroline Meredith, Ursula Andress, a glamorous, cunning American, aiming to secure her 10th and final victory. Her target? Italian Marcello Paletti, Marcello Mastroianni, a reluctant, world-weary participant questioning the system's cruelty. Beneath the film's sleek exterior lies a critique of consumerism, desensitization, and the commodification of violence. Andress, already an international star from Dr. No, weaponizes her beauty appeal, portraying Caroline as both femme fatale and symbol of a society obsessed with image over substance. Elio Petri's direction balances action with irony, contrasting pop art visuals and playful set pieces with the chilling premise that human life is expendable for ratings. Though initially dismissed by some critics as style over substance, modern audiences may see eerie parallel echoes of televised violence, performative personas, and society's uneasy relationship with spectacle. Robinson Crusoe on Mars. Long before The Martian made survival on the Red Planet, a box office hit, Robinson Crusoe on Mars quietly imagined a stranded astronaut's fight for survival, mixing pulp adventure with scientifically grounded exploration. Released in 1964 and directed by Byron Haskin, known for The War of the Worlds, this overlooked gem draws inspiration from Daniel Defoe's classic novel, transplanted to the harsh alien landscape of Mars. The film follows Commander Christopher Draper, Paul Mantee, an astronaut marooned on Mars after a mission gone awry. Robinson Crusoe on Mars blends speculative science with grounded survival tactics, depicting Draper's struggles realistically for its era. What begins as a solitary fight for survival evolves into an allegory of isolation, resilience, and unexpected companionship. Draper's world shifts when he encounters Friday, Victor London, an escaped alien slave, echoing the themes of partnership and cultural understanding from Defoe's original. Despite budget constraints, The film creates striking Martian vistas filmed in California's Death Valley's red-tinged skies and rugged landscapes, evoking a haunting, otherworldly feel. Haskin's use of practical effects, clever set design, and atmospheric cinematography imbues the film with both charm and suspense. It gained cult status over the decades, praised for its sincerity, optimism, and ahead-of-its-time focus on survival realism. Can inspire audiences without relying on flashy effects or overblown spectacle.